y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Johnny Johnzel, solo podcaster speaking. Today's episode or podcast will be regarding street life and my experience with it and my walk with it and my opinions on it. Also, you guys asked me a few questions that I kind of wanted to answer right here. I asked you guys a few questions on Instagram, so I was gonna answer these questions. I think I got most of them down, and I'm gonna try to answer these as quickly and vague as possible. And then I'm gonna get into the podcast, the actual podcast, my advice and my experience with the streets. So yeah, here we go. First questions. I kind of try to write them in order. They didn't come in this order, but I'm writing them in this order. First question I wanted to answer. Someone asked me, "Am I a DO?" Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! No, I'm not a DO. I never dropped out. I just got busy working and going to school. When I went to jail, I did my thing. I didn't roll it up, tell on nobody, nothing. I did my thing, programs, whatever, all that. I got out, enrolled into college, and started working. So you take it how you want, but no, in my opinion, no, I ain't no fucking dropout, whatever you want to call it. Whatever. Next thing is, how old were you when you got involved with the streets? When I got involved with the streets, I was probably about 13 and a half. I kind of grew into it though. My earliest fight I remember was with some kid who happened to be the opposition eventually, and it was part of the little cultural differences. We're so close together and mixed. There's a lot of fighting. Anyways, yeah, probably 13 and a half I would want to say. Why did I get involved? Like I said, I kind of grew up into it. It's not really like a decision that I made. It was never like an official decision. There was never no initiation or anything like that. What are the pros and cons of the streets? There's a lot of pros and cons. It's kind of hard to say. When I was younger, some of the pros or cons changed as I'm an adult looking at the pros and cons of the streets. I guess balance. I mean, it's cool to be out there in the streets, whatever, hanging out and stuff. It ain't nothing wrong with hanging out, I guess. But you got to balance that with being an adult, working, going to school or something. So that's that question. Then someone asked, you ever been to jail? For how long? Yeah, I've been to jail. The first time I went to jail, I was probably like 18. That was back in 2008. I went to jail for 4 months. And then I went back again for violations, 45-day violations, 90-day violations. Then I stopped going for a while. Then I went back and did 18 months when I was 25. Yeah, did 18 months when I was 25. What was your goal in life? What is your goal in life? What was your goal in life in the streets? With my walk in the streets? My goal in life obviously has changed. My goal in life when I was younger was probably a little different. I don't even think I had any goals at that time when I was out there, younger in the streets. Now that I'm an adult, my goals in life are to just live life on my own terms. Stay out of debt, save up money, buy a house, buy my own semi, open up my own business. Those are my goals. Just be financially stable, mentally stable, physically stable. Can you tell us a story? Yeah, I'll tell you guys a story. I'll do this at the end, and then when I'm gonna start talking about the podcast of the street life, I'll answer that at the end. Is there any stereotypes of the streets you want to clear up? Yeah, kind of. Not everything is what it seems. You know what I mean? In the street life, there's some really good people out there that are involved in the street. Really good people, like genuine people. That just got caught up in the life, and they look like me, tattooed and dressed and talk the way I do. But if you look inside their soul, man, they're good dudes, and they just their circumstances weren't so great, or their choices aren't so great. But that doesn't make them a bad person. And then there's some dudes out there that are some pieces of shit, man. Excuse my language, man, but they're scumbags. Like a burden on the community, a burden on their family, a burden on the streets, basically. Yeah, so that's a stereotype, and some of these dudes that are just a burden on everybody. They don't even got a single tattoo on them. You wouldn't even know that they were from the streets. But so just what I'm saying. So just not everything. Don't judge a book by its cover, I guess I would say. What was your Can you tell a story? Is there any? Oh yeah. Okay. So, what was your experience in jail? My experience in jail the first time when I was 18 was it wasn't a good experience, but it was a beneficial experience. I think I needed that to open up my eyes a little bit, and you know, it was a lot of the older cats that kind of opened up my eyes and made it really uncomfortable for me for there. But they told me everything that they were doing. They're like, hey, bro, like if we went hard right when I was about to get out there, like, hey man, if we went hard on you, just know it was for your own good. You know, right here is not a spot to hang out and kick it and do, you know, and just have fun, man. Right here is no fun, you know, because if it was fun, then you're gonna want to come back, bro. We don't want to see you come back, and that was something I needed to hear. And I'll get into a little bit of a, you know, later on at the end of this video, I'll get into a little bit about how that came about to be. But these dudes are really good dudes, man, and it's unfortunate they, you know, I think a lot about my boy Frankie. He got life. I was 18, he was probably about 30, and he got a life case. He's a really good dude, man. He's the one that I had to talk with, and he told me that he was really hard on me. Like, you know, in there I had to read the dictionary. I couldn't cuss. I had to make my bed first thing in the morning, working out 1,000 push-ups a day, if not more. And man, it was like he was hard on me, man. And I was taking it personal, negatively. And then after he told me that, it was like an eye opener. I was like, oh, all right. You know, nowadays it's the opposite. My experience this time was like the complete opposite. You know, the older dudes, you know. It was more like smoking weed all day, kicking it, you know what I mean, eating, you know, like I said, smoking weed, kicking it, you know, just talking about girls playing cards and all that. You know, it was just a bunch of just nonsense going on. It was just like hanging out mostly, you know. And that's why a lot of the youngsters were like lined up to go back, because it was just like a kick it spot, you know. You go to jail, kick it, get out of here or whatever. So that's my experience. That's what I noticed, you know what I mean? The two differences when I went in as a youngster and when I went in at 25 years old, that was what I noticed. Anyways, someone asked, how do you get out of the streets? The way to get out of the streets properly, the way I kind of did it, I mean, you don't got to drop out or snitch or anything. Fuck, don't do that. But just stay busy, man. I would just say, get a job, go to school, you know, be present in your family, whether you got your own kids or, you know what I mean, you living with your moms and stuff. You know, just try to commit to spending more time with your family. Little things like helping your mom with the dishes or sweeping the house before you leave, like that goes a long ways, man, you know. Is little things like you know what I mean, taking your daughter out to the park with you know, with the mom or whoever. Little things like getting a job, you know, whether part-time, full-time. You know, the way I just stayed busy. I mean, I wouldn't say I got out of the streets or joined the streets or anything, but I just stayed busy. But I just, when I got out of jail, I enrolled into college. I did 2 semesters, and then I was also working at nights at a warehouse. So that was kind of what I did. I didn't do nothing crazy or wrong or anything like that. Next question. What is my biggest accomplishment? My biggest accomplishment so far is yet to come. But my biggest accomplishment is that I've been able to complete all these small little milestones and achieve this and achieve that, achieve this. Starting with when I was 23, I got my GED. And then once I got my GED, I got my license back, my driver's license back. And I just kind of took care of that, and then just things started spiraling. Then got my commercial driver's license, and then I'm in the midst of buying my own semi this year. So yeah, a lot of good things are happening. A lot of good things are going on, and you get what I'm saying. That's my biggest accomplishment, is just being able to stay on track with my plan in life. Hopefully buy a house pretty soon too. What's the worst thing that's happened to you? Worst thing that's happened to me. It's a paradox, man. I mean, worst thing that happened to me is, you know, when you stay busy in the streets, when you're from the streets and you're staying busy, I mean, you're not gonna get the warmest welcome, you know. People tend to push you away and outcast you and single you out, you know. So that was kind of like the worst, but it was a good thing. People were pushing me away because I was too busy, you know what I mean. I couldn't hang out with them all day in the streets like I used to, and I don't really feel bad. I mean, I just feel bad that, hey man, I spent like all my life with you guys, man, and for you guys to push me away, right, because or start questioning me, my loyalty, because I went to college, homie, you know what I mean. It doesn't say, that's when it's like, man, you guys are scrubs, man, you know. whatever. But you know what I'm saying, like I kind of felt like I was getting pushed away. So that was a good and a bad thing. So the best thing that happened to me is that I just feel like I don't have to answer to nobody. Just kind of do my thing. I just go to work, take care of my family. That's my little. Those are the questions you guys had, and I'm gonna get into the podcast. Someone asked, "What's your advice for youngsters out there in the streets?" You know, some friendly advice, and you know, what I mean, how it is out there. So I'm gonna get into the podcast now. So some advice that I got for you youngsters out there, and I got some advice for people my age and older. Um, just don't ever lose yourself, man. Some of you guys, like, I mean, I grew up in the streets. I was born and raised there. I was born and raised in my neighborhood, you know, Rodriguez and West Fifth. I will always be a part of that street, you know, that neighborhood. I still get love when I go there. You know, the older cats my age, or the you know what I mean, just the residents that live there, the civilians not involved, but they live there. I still go there and I shake hands with everybody, and you know what I mean, I don't hang out, you know, because I got things going on, but I'll pass by and, like, you know, throw my hand out and they'll say what's up back and stuff, and I get love. It's cool, you know what I mean. But just make sure that you know, you youngsters out there, man, just know that we're about the betterment of our people, man. You know, we ain't out there like to be goons, you know what I mean? Especially when you get locked up, man. If you're gonna get locked up, remember all that street shit. That shit's out the door, man. You know, and they're your soldados, and soldados are gentlemen with manners. You know, soldiers are gentlemen with manners and stuff, man. You gotta get your act together, you know. I mean, my experience the last time I went to jail, I mean, they kind of promote something way different, bro. Like, just way different. I mean, I was in there, I did my thing, whatever, I programmed. I didn't roll it up or anything, but it made me realize, like, fuck, I might be getting too mature for this or too old for this shit, you know. But, like, I don't want to be hanging out and just wasting time. You know, the first time I went, it was cool, man. It was productive. I read the dictionary and everything. They made me read the dictionary. They made me read the dictionary, and you know what I mean. Work out and make my bed, and all those things apply out here, man. You got to get up. I still make my bed first thing in the morning. You know what I mean? All those things apply. You got to apply them out here. You know, people want to straighten out in there, and then when they get out, they go back to the same old bullshit. Don't go back to the same old bullshit being a scrub, man. I'll tell you what, man. If you're from the streets, you're from the streets. You don't gotta be out there from sun up to sundown doing nothing with your life, man. Don't be that. Like, I'm gonna tell you a story about this one homie. You know, he was he was like 3 or 4 years younger than me. And then I kind of went to jail, and then I kind of wasn't out there because I was going to college and working and stuff. And then I passed by, I see him, I pull over to say what's up to him. You know what I mean? He's acting a little like cool guy. He has a bunch of little kids with him, you know, little homies, I guess, his little homies. But to them, he's the big homie, and they don't know who I am because I don't really show my face too much, and that's fucking perfectly fine with me. But yeah, anyways, like yeah, he's that little kid that I always knew, bro. Like I always knew, looking at him, like at the functions or whatever, right there when we be hanging out. Like this kid he was gonna grow up. He wasn't gonna be shit, you know. He was just basically like a bum, bro, like scrub. Like, this dude don't work. He don't got a driver's license. He got hella DUIs. He blacks out on the sidewalk, literally, like laying down. You know what I mean? So now you got people looking. I look down on that. You know, me being older than him, and then you got younger kids looking up to that now. You know, like so whatever. He's you know, he's someone that, you know, I still show my face. I used to show my face once in a while. I still do once in a while, but it's gotten less and less just because I'm getting busy with life, not because I'm afraid or anything. But you know what I mean, he started feeling some type of way towards me. Then he started questioning me, like, hey, why don't you come around? Like, what's up? Like, these are the little homies. How come you don't, you know what I mean? You don't get to know them. I was like, hey, bro, like, I'll shake their hands and I'll tell them who I am and stuff. But I mean, like, I go to school, bro, and I work, you know. And then whatever, you know, he's keep in mind that this dude's asking me for $2 for beer, you know, this dude. And he's over here trying to question me, so he feels like the big homie, you know. He feels like he could, you know, he got some balls, you know. So whatever, he's putting stuff into so I'm going to school working, right, and he's starting to put stuff into their head when they see me. And then when he's not around, I see them, I shake their hands, whatever. I'll come around, shake their hands, and they're acting shady, like they don't want to shake my hand and shit, you know. And this is in my neighborhood where I learned how to walk and talk. I grew up, right. And these kids, they're from Freedom Boulevard, the other side of town. They're from Freedom. Martin Alleys, all that other side of town, like the nice part of the town, you know, the rich, like the decent home area, you know. And then they come over here to the slums where I grew up, where I know everybody, and they're over here like giving me the little weak finger handshake, the half handshake, and trying to act like they don't see me and shit, whatever. I mean, I'm there to see the people that live there, you know. They're just right there hanging out on the street. So these dudes, they come around and they spray up the neighborhood and they hang out. They don't really have anyone to hang out with that lives there. Me, I go there to hang out with the people that live there because I mean, I grew up there. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody there's a gang member. There's a lot of civilians, a lot of paisitas that I show love to. You know, I've been helping their moms like taking the groceries for years. You know, so I'm welcome there. I'm welcome there all the time. Shit, you know what I mean? That's my neighborhood and shit. You know, I never once spray painted that neighborhood because I don't shit where I eat, man. Like that's where I grew up. I wouldn't do that to that neighborhood. You know, and these kids are over here just because they spray paint. They're from the neighborhood. You know, and they come across town and they got jumped in, whatever. You know, I mean, I never got jumped in because that's just my neighborhood, bro. You know, I didn't have to get. We didn't get jumped in my days. I guess now you do. But whatever. So yeah, these three youngsters, man, they questioned me about fucking where I've been and stuff. And if you could imagine who I am, man, you know, just someone that I don't like to be questioned, bro. So naturally, I start swinging on them. I knocked three of them over with like a couple. I don't even think I swung 3 times, but I knocked all three of them over with a couple swings. Told him like, who the fuck, you know, I just told him, hey, bro, like, you don't gotta be questioning me, homie, like, fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't over here trying to enforce my will on you, bro. I'm just here shaking your hand, kicking it, you know? This is my neighborhood, bro. Like, you know what I mean? They're over here trying to make me feel unwelcome. So whatever, I knocked them over. And then I just like, you know, and then I got the dudes my age calling me, asking me like, hey, what happened? Like, I fucked up. And I was like, hey, bro, I fucked up. Like, you guys fucked up. Like, you guys are their age. You guys are my age. Letting these youngsters like question me, bro, like I ain't never been out there or something. Like, hey, homie, I don't gotta prove myself to these youngsters, you know. And it's sad because I see these older cats, my age. I mean, they're my age, 30, and they're trying to be all True Religion, Jordan retros. They're still trying to be hip, man. You know what? You know what I see, bro? I see a bunch of grown ass men, bro, my age, trying to seek the approval of these youngsters, bro. Like, and that's what it is, man. They're seeking the approval of these youngsters, man. So youngsters and dudes my age, like, look, youngsters. If he's older than you, bro, he ain't gotta seek your approval on me. Like, don't even feel entitled to that. That's that spoiled uptown shit. You know what I mean? Take that shit back uptown where you came from. You know, yeah, that entitlement, bro. Like, you ain't entitled to nothing, bro. You don't even. Honestly, the way I look at it, they were blessed to even have come across me, bro. You know what I mean? Like, shit, man. Like, fuck, that's my neighborhood. Like, I learned literally how to walk and talk in that neighborhood. I grew up there, man. I knew nothing else. Like, if you know me, I was always in that little vicinity. Like, I never left that area unless I absolutely had to, bro. I never left that area, and I never hung out over here or there, nowhere else but there, bro. Like, I mean, that's just all I know. And then, whatever. I just got, you know, when I got older, I just kind of decided to go to school and work. You know what I mean? And then these dudes that ain't even from the neighborhood trying to question me, trying to push me away and shit. That ain't happening. Fucking laid them out. It's not something I'm truly proud of, like laying them out, but it's just like. Comes to show, bro, like, come on, man, like, who that, like, you know what I mean, like, they were trying to make a fool out of me, and the tables turned, bro, you know, and then, everybody from that community, everybody from that neighborhood, straight up told me, like, they don't feel comfortable with them around, because they're shady as little youngsters with hoodies, mad dogging everybody, like, fool, if that's your neighborhood, why you mad dogging everybody, homie, like, you don't gotta mad dog nobody, like, you don't gotta intimidate these people, like, if this is your neighborhood, like you claim it is, like, you should be walking around with a smile, like, you know what I mean? Like, just chilling, bro, all on guard and shit with your hoodie on, spray painting their fences and shit. Kind of shit is that, man? That's some garbage, that shit. You know what I mean? So anyways, I still talk to them, and hell yeah, you know what I mean? Like, of course, they always look out for me, bro, because they know me, you know? They know me, you know? Like, fucking, anyways, yeah, I think it's sad that we got a lot of, older guys out there trying to seek the approval of these youngsters. That's what I think. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with them. You know, you want to give them guidance, you know. There's too many big homies out there that are seeking the approval of these youngsters, still trying to be young, still trying to be 18. I would say that, you know what I mean, to them, like, I would say to them, like, hey, man, like, you're still just trying to seek the approval of these youngsters, bro. Like, back in the days, you were trying to seek the approval of the older cats. If anything, you know, I don't know where these dudes where they went wrong at. I had another guy tell me too, like, hey man, like he was kind of trying to instigate. He's like, man, you were out there, you know, like you were out there. Everybody knew who you were. Everybody knew, and now look at you. What do you mean now look at me, bro? He's like, yeah, bro, nobody even knows who you are. Like, I was like, hey, bro, like, so my advice to that guy is, you know who you are, like, slap yourself, bro. Um, the point is to fucking grow old, bro. You know what? Like one thing, I like these rappers, like Mike Jones, man. He was a rapper. He was like irrelevant when in high school. Imagine that dude still trying to drop albums. Like, nah, man, you're old. Like Master P, MC Hammer. Imagine those dudes trying to drop albums, trying to stay relevant. Like sad ass shit, man. Like T Pain. Like nobody's gonna be fucking with those dudes, you know. Um, like that, you know. It ain't like Blueface and all these dudes that are irrelevant right now. The Baby, all that. Um, um, so the way I look at it too is like, you know, do I ever miss the streets? I've been asked, do I miss the streets? Nah, not really, man. I grew up there, you know. So, you know, that question that you asked me, do I miss them? Not really, bro. I grew up there, and I spent a lot of nights out there, a lot of days and nights. Um, you know, even out there, I was homeless, man, back in the days too. You know, I was out there, like I literally had nowhere to go and stuff. So that's why I was out there too a lot. Now it's like, you know, I got my own little place now. It's in my name, and I got my own car now. I got my own career. I do my own thing, bro, with my family and stuff. Of course, I don't miss it. You know, like the way I look at it is my time that came and went, bro, out there. I mean, people should, the streets, they should respect that, man. Like, yeah, you know, you're getting older. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason why you can't be cool with the streets and be a provider for your family at the same time, man. You know, like, it just doesn't make sense. It's like impossible nowadays. You know, like if you're cool with your family and you're providing and you ain't out there on the streets, like they don't show you no love these days, and that's crazy. You know, like they want us to be scrubs. But that ain't what we're about. You know, I know what we're about. I don't feel guilty because, you know, we're about the betterment, you know, and about revenue and bottom line, you know, that's it. So I'm doing just that, you know what I mean? Like I ain't gonna be out there 30 years old trying to be cool, wearing True Religion skinny jeans and red retro shoes and you know what I mean? Like back in the days, it's just like a white tee and you're cool, man. You know, and I'm still like that, a white tee and I'm cool, man. Call it a day. I ain't gonna be out there trying to stay relevant, man. You know, like I'm already getting fucking gray hair and shit. You know what I mean? Getting older, you know, you can see it, you know what I mean? Like it ain't gonna be cute me out there like trying to be relevant, trying to be known, trying to show up to all the parties. I know dudes that, you know, you go to Santa Cruz mugshot world and it's like, damn, this dude's 44 years old, bro, and he's fucking, and I seen him last time, he was wearing Jordans and 501s and white tees, still trying to be cool, and it's like, damn, bro, damn, homie, like it's fucking, no job, no license, riding dirty, bro. Like he was telling me like, man, I don't even got my license, bro, but my lady let me borrow her car, so I'm out here just with the homies. Like, fuck, man. That's good. He's got daughters like 20 years old, 22 years old, man. He's out there. It's sad. I just don't want to be that dude. Hey, don't be that dude out there, youngsters. Don't be that scrub ass dude out there, man. Ain't nothing wrong with being hood or be from the streets, but ain't nothing wrong with being a provider, bro. Ain't no reason why you can't be a provider for your family and be able to, you know what I mean, be in good standings with both sides. You know what I mean? Like when I say both sides, I mean like with your family and the streets and the public. All that, man, you know, like I'm cool, man. I go anywhere and I ain't watching my back or nothing. You know, I'm just doing my thing. So yeah, that's it for today, folks. Don't be that deadbeat, scummy, toxic homie, singling out, you know, the homies that are out there working, providing for their family, man. Like we ain't no scrubs, bro. Don't be that wino on the floor, passed out, asking the little homies for money. Don't be that gray-headed homie out there still trying to pull the same broads that his little 20-year-old homies are pulling. That shit don't look cute. You know, I'm just keeping it real. Don't mean you ain't street. I mean, if you go to college, the best thing to do, stay busy out there, be productive. Stay busy and productive out there. As far as, you know, going to school and working out, do whatever it is you do. You don't gotta be there all day, man. Like, there's no reason why you can't just show up, drink a beer, shake everybody's hand, and go to school or go to work. You know what I mean? What's wrong with that? With that being said, folks, you guys have a good one. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to push that subscribe button down below. Johnny John Zhao, I'm out.